What's going on, everybody? It's your hockey friend Mark, and today we're going to cover a little bit of hockey drama. Now, before we get into this, go ahead and subscribe so I can have more hockey friends, because I need as many as I can get. Our only rule here is to be kind. We're not going to have any gatekeeping or anything like that. We are just here to grow the game, grow the fan base, and you know what? Maybe learn a thing or two. Now, whether you're a new hockey fan or have been a fan for a long time and followed the league really closely, you've probably seen a lot of drama surrounding this guy. Now, who is this man? This is Conor McDavid. He is widely regarded and just factually the best player in the entire world. He is incredible. But to understand where the drama around him is coming from, we have to go back to the beginning. We have to start from before he was even drafted. Now, Conor McDavid was the consensus #1 overall pick in the 2015 NHL draft, which is, side note, becoming one of the most stacked, legendary drafts, maybe of all time. There was a whole tanking war for him. Teams were actively bad to try to have the chance just to draft him. And the team who ended up with the honor were the Edmonton Oilers. Wow, how lucky. At least they got one generational player in their franchise's history. So with the #1 overall pick, the Oilers selected Conor McDavid, and they had their guy. They had their star after years and years of trying to get not just first round picks right, but first overall picks right. Look into that if you get a chance. Their string of first overall picks is crazy. And really, McDavid is the only one who worked out, obviously. Cut to 3 years later. He signs what at the time is the biggest contract that we've seen in a really long time. He signs 8 years, $12.5 million, which, yes, we're gonna have this conversation a lot. Compared to other sports, that's not a lot. But for hockey, you have to understand, especially that long ago at that time, that was massive. That was a massive, massive contract, the likes of which, again, we had not seen. But he was worth it. Conor McDavid was absolutely worth it. I mean, just look at these career stats. This is to this day, but he's unreal. This should give you just a snapshot of just how good he is. Now, what makes Conor McDavid so good? He is a combination of everything you would want in a hockey player. He has elite speed, he has good size, his hands are absolutely filthy. He has vision that seems like he can just see through guys or predict something that's going to happen 5 seconds in the future. He takes the best attributes of all of the best players and combines them into one absolutely unstoppable force. If you have a minute, look at some of his highlights and you'll see he does things that I'm not sure anyone else on the planet can even think about doing. He is the best player that we've seen, I'll say it, ever. So here is where the drama begins. Conor McDavid is eligible to sign a new contract with the Edmonton Oilers, but he hasn't yet. Now, it's very typical for NHL players to sign as soon as they are eligible, to stay with their same team for their whole career. It's almost like a badge of honor. It's almost like you've betrayed somebody in some way if you switch teams. But that's changing. That is not the case anymore. We're seeing more and more guys test free agency. We're seeing more and more guys pick where they want to play and end up there. It's kind of been crazy to see the amount of movement that has come into the league that just wasn't there before. And now it's happening with a generational, once-in-a-lifetime player, and it's creating some drama. So let's talk about why this is happening. #1, the Oilers haven't won a Stanley Cup. Even with Conor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and an absolutely insane supporting cast and making it to the finals in the last 2 years, they don't have a cup. And in hockey, winning far outweighs money for any player. And McDavid has said as much. I'm not making that up. He literally said it. So that's a big reason why, #1. #2, the landscape of the NHL and salaries is changing because the cap is skyrocketing in a way that we have not seen before. And the sneaky part is it's going to keep going up, and the players know this. There's no more flat cap. There's no more, well, this is the most I can get, so I might as well take the security of a long-term contract. We're seeing it more and more with star players. And I have to be really clear. I think this is going to be a thing mostly with star players. I don't think your middle of the lineup guys, bottom end guys are going to play this card. I think they're still going to take their security where they can get it. But with players like Conor McDavid, we're going to see a lot more short-term deals. Now, the flip side of that is the teams are still going to want to lock these guys up for a long time, and this is where the drama lies. The Oilers, I'm sure, are willing to write Conor McDavid a blank check for as much money as he wants, but they want that guarantee of the 7 years. McDavid knows he's going to get his money anyway, knows that in 2 or 3 years he is going to potentially be able to get even more money, so why would he sign the long-term deal and lock himself in to a fixed salary? Doesn't make much sense on his part, makes a lot of sense for the team. So we are entering a fascinating time with NHL superstars where, one, we are going to see them make more money than they have ever made before, which is great for the league and legitimizing it as a professional league that's even close to on par with the other big leagues in North America. But we're going to see these short-term contracts. I think Austin Matthews is setting the precedent for how a lot of these top-tier players are going to do it, because they know that, yes, they signed for 4 years now. When those 4 years are up, their earning potential is going to be a bunch times more than what it was if they had locked themselves into a big deal now. So we're about to see teams and players be at odds with each other because the teams want the security, but the players want the money. And in a league that is traditionally very, very favorites the teams, the players are starting to find their power. The players are starting to realize that, oh, we have a little bit of say now. We have a little bit more wiggle room to get what we are worth and to get what we deserve. So I think we're in for a very interesting, potentially kind of tense time with NHL superstars, because we've never really seen this before. It's always been hockey tradition where you sign with one team, you sign what they offer, you say thank you, and you go play. That's not the case anymore. These players are not about that, and they're not going to be about that because they know they're in a time where they can make the kind of money that they are actually worth. So here's my prediction. Here's what I think is going to happen. I think Conor McDavid is going to sign a short 2-3 year deal with the Edmonton Oilers. And then if they don't win a cup, yes, I mean that quite literally. Even if they get to the finals, game 7, 3 times in a row, after the 2 they've already done, if they do not win a cup in this short-term deal that McDavid signs, I think he's gone. I think he's going to give them 2 or 3 more years to be like, all right, this is the standard, this is the goal, this is what I expect. And I think that's fair. He's played, he's done his time, he did his RFA contract through with the Oilers. He has earned the right to pick and choose where he goes, what kind of money he makes, and what situation he puts himself in. And it's fascinating. This is a really exciting time to be a hockey fan and to be a fan of this league and its growth, because these guys now have the opportunity to sort of dictate what we see, and you're not just locked in like you have been in the past. And I think that's amazing. I think that's so fun, and it's going to create some absolute chaos and drama. Watch this going forward, because this potential upcoming free agency class is absurd, with Kaprizov, Makar, Eichel, McDavid, Conor. The list goes on and on and on and on. I am fascinated to see what happens with these guys, to see if they all sort of collectively use that power to dictate where they go, or if we have all this talk, we have all this drama, and we fall into the old pattern of, we're just going to stay where we are. For my case, I think it's good for the league if there's some movement. I love the idea of loyalty in hockey. I think that's one of the strongest aspects of the sport, but not blind loyalty. There have been some contracts signed that I'm like, are you joking? You're staying in that situation just cuz. And I think those days are over. I hope those days are over, at least for the superstar players. We need players that are high profile to win. We need players that are high profile to be visible, to be in the biggest moments, to be on the biggest stages if we want this game to grow. And that's what I want. I want the fandom. I want people to realize how incredible this game is. And the best way to do that is to make sure that the best players are playing in the highest leverage situations as often as possible. So I'm so curious about your thoughts. Let me know in the comments what you think about this, and let me know your predictions for McDavid's future. Do you think he stays put in Edmonton and sort of the old patterns continue? Or do you think we see one of the most massive shakeups that we have seen in the NHL since the last Oilers superstar?